Alright, today's video is featuring a new high-performance CPU cooler from Rosewill, the ROCC 16003. Looking at the side of the box, it carries the original Rosewill branding, the product name. There's a picture of the low noise blue LED 92mm PWM fan, 3 high capacity heat pipes for rapid heat transfer, and quick and easy installation solution. Alright, moving to the back of the box, we can see that it features that it's suitable for Intel processors from the LGA 1366, 115X, and 775 motherboards. It's also compatible with AMD FM2+, FM2, FM1, AM3+, AM3, AM2+, and an AM2 socket if you're still rocking one. It features a 92mm silent blue LED fan with PWM function, 3 heat pipes for rapid heat transfer. Dimensions on the heatsink are 148.7mm by 91.05mm by 50mm. Alright, moving down, the fan specification is 92mm by 92mm by 25mm deep. It's rated for DC of 12 volts with an on-off starting voltage of DC 7 volts. The power consumption on this one is 2.88 watts maximum. Speed of the fan, it can run anywhere from like 800 to 2200 RPM, and again, that's PWM controlled. The connector for this is 4-pin. Airflow is rated at 41 CFM maximum with a static pressure of 2.1mm H2O, and the noise level is right around 25 dBA maximum. Alright, taking a look at the other side of the box, it shows that the package contents are the CPU cooler with PWM fan, the installation clip, super thermal compound, push pin, and a user manual. And it provides a photograph of the complete cooler. Alright, so let's go ahead and have a look at this. Here's your push pin connectors, and that's your thermal paste that comes with the kit. Here's the adapter ring for Intel. You get a small instruction guide that describes applying the thermal paste and putting the ring or the clamping mechanism down on AMD or Intel. And that's about it. Looking at the underside of the cooler, there's a piece of protective tape there that you're going to need to remove before installation. And the finish is fairly smooth, it's machined but not polished. It's made up of roughly 40 cooling fins to help dissipate the heat. And it features 3 copper heat pipes with aluminum base that makes contact with the CPU, and there's the integrated clamping bracket, and here's the 4-pin power connector. The fan is connected with a simple spring clip, and that's going to allow you for alternative placement if desired. Alright, so let's look at what the installation is like on this thing. Now, I'm going to do this in a common use scenario. You order it up and replace your current cooling solution with the ROCC cooler, and you do it right inside your case. Build I'm testing on uses an AMD FX 8350, a Gigabyte 990 FX G1 gaming, and some Radeon Performance RAM as well. I'm going to also leave the GPU in place as well, so that we can test for clearance on installation. Alright, now, whoa, before you start freaking out about way too much paste on here, I know it is. And the reason that I'm putting so much on is A, to test if I can overpaste and it affects the heat, and B, I don't know what the thermal transfer qualities are on this provided paste. A good quality brand name paste, you know, you just put a little dab on. This one here, I'm just going to smear it across there and see what happens. Alright, we can see the 4-pin for the fan is simple to install. I'm going to place the cooler on the chip. We're going to work one push tab down on one side to catch, and then we're going to go ahead and do the other side and grab the factory retainer on the motherboard. Then we're going to come back and do a final secure of the clips, and voila! One high-performance Rosewill cooler installed on the AMD FX 8350 and Gigabyte 990 FX G1 gaming board. Now this complete system is installed in Rosewill's QT10 case. I love the design features of this case and the silence of it as well. We can see that the cooler is not too tall, and we're going to be able to slide the side panel on even though it contains noise insulation, and we should have no problem. And now with the system fired up, here's a look at the fan in action. It really is quiet like they claim. The blue LED is not overbearing, and if you're like me with a windowless case, you're not going to see it anyhow. We've got lots of clearance around the RAM slots and the VRM coolers. Okay, so we unboxed it and we installed it, but how well does it really perform? Well, I tested an hour's worth of Prime 95 just on the default settings, And that's after I remembered to turn off the AMD Cool and Quiet feature on the motherboard. We saw the max temp hit right around 58 degrees Celsius according to Hardware Monitor. So this test just replicates what an average consumer might do. Just fire something intensive up and watch the heat on a monitoring program. We can see that we almost hit the max turbo speed of the stock FX8350, right around 4100 megahertz. So the CPU was being pushed to its stock limit, and it was working hard. When I did forget and left the AMD Cool and Quiet on, the chip only saw 3400 megahertz, and the temperature never reached past 46 degrees Celsius. So always make sure, if you're going to test your temperatures, make sure you're getting your maximum CPU speed. Alright, so in my eyes, the ROC 16003 lives up to its claim of being a high-performance, quiet CPU cooler. The installation was easy on an AMD socket. Sorry, I didn't have an Intel to cross-reference that on. The blue LED might be a clashing point for the looks of your system. That's going to all depend. I would have liked to see this fan come without an LED at all, but I understand the marketing aspect behind this. They're reaching out to the buyers, which has the largest CPU segment share, which is Intel. Cool, quiet, and an affordable performer, the ROC 16003 from Rosewill is definitely a recommended buy. I'd like to say thanks to Rosewill for providing this product for review.